pre-MD program of tomorrow. Let me walk you through the program. This is Sophie. Sophie is 29 years old and she works at PwC. She receives an invitation for the new pre-MD program. This invitation includes a questionnaire. The questionnaire is filled in by Sophie and her coach, and this immediately indicates the priority of her development direction. She discusses the results of the questionnaire with her performance coach, and they're able to define her learning path and subsequent learning objectives. In the learning portfolio, Sophie fills in her objectives. The portfolio provides information regarding her learning process, like results of questionnaires, feedback from the trainers, and her own personal reflections. The digital learning portfolio is a fulcrum within her 3 years pre-MD development program. Her performance coach can also follow her development in this portfolio. The learning coach now comes in. He is an external facilitator whose primary role is to encourage Sophie to stay on track. After she has filled in her objectives, he then requests for her to define her goals and also to choose the right development path. 6 learning path options are offered, all based on PwC people and client experiences related to their competencies. Based on the results and a following discussion with her performance coach, she then chooses the most appropriate learning path for herself. She automatically receives an invitation, complete with data of a planning schedule. With just one click, she highlights the most suitable data for this. In the next phase, Sophie will study the content of her learning path. The learning portal of PwC facilitates her. With interactive movies and quick insights, the training content is both effective and inspiring. The learning coach from the Learning Innovation Group, together with her performance coach, can monitor her progress and relevant processes. With the help of exercises, she then puts the lessons learned on the portal into practice. She shares her experiences in her learning portfolio. Her learning coach of the Learning Innovation Group provides her with feedback, giving her valuable learning experiences. In the next phase, after sharing experiences with her peers on the learning portal and fine-tuning her learning goals, she will follow a high-impact training course. As part of a small group, she joins 3 workshops that provide her with an opportunity to train using her learning objectives. During the training session, she will constantly receive feedback on her performance from both the trainer and her peers. At the end of the high-impact training course, she receives a group assignment. Sophie is following a training course about the people dimension of the PwC experience, and as a consequence, she receives an assignment concerning the client dimension of the PwC experience. This assignment is then carried out with a few co-participants. By doing this, she also develops her own client competencies. In the Learning Center, Sophie will find information to help her carry out the group assignment. Here she will find all the information and content of competencies from the PwC experiences. This Learning Center can be used by everybody at any given time. Her group will upload the outcome of the assignment on this Learning Center, so it can be subsequently shared. The board of PwC will review this assignment. At the end of the training season, they will provide the groups with their feedback during a specially arranged evening event. As well as working on the group assignment, Sophie will put the feedback and tips she received during the training session into practice. Regarding her individual development path, with help from her learning portfolio, Sophie informs her performance coach and learning coach about her experiences. She also prepares herself for the next training session through the assistance of the learning portal. Her performance coach and learning coach of the Learning Innovation Group will provide her with feedback on her experiences. In the second training session, Sophie will practice in depth her personal learning goals. She will also receive feedback on her development thus far with her group assignment. After the training session, Sophie will make an action plan to keep the lessons learned fresh in mind for the coming months. These actions will be documented in her learning portfolio. During the rest of the year, her coach and her learning coach of the LIG will coach her on these actions. This way, we keep Sophie focused and help her to reach her learning goals. The Pre-MD program of the Learning Innovation Group is tailor-made, focusing on results, innovative, impactful,